Hey guys, welcome to Jack's Beautiful You. Today's video, I am super excited because it is October. It is officially spooky season. It has arrived, it is here, and today we are doing my October perfume tray. So as always, I'm going to go through September's perfume tray, give you a quick recap on the fragrances. I'll let you know if I was feeling them or not feeling them. Are there any that I want to declutter? I'll give you all the details on September's perfume tray, and then of course, we'll pick out 10 new fragrances for the month of October. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. Thank you so much for clicking on my thumbnail today. I really appreciate you being here. To my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate you. Let's get into this video. Alright, so there are no fragrances for the month of September that I will be decluttering. I like them all. However, there was one I didn't wear at all, and it's just because it was the wrong season, at least for me. This is by Parfums de Marly. This is Delina La Rosée. I put this on my tray for September because there's still some hot days, and I thought maybe during those hot days I would want something like this, but my mindset has completely shifted from these types of fragrances. This is a rosy, aquatic, more fresh version of Delina. This is beautiful, has amazing performance, and there's no way I'm going to declutter it. This is a pretty new bottle. I think I just got this like 2 months ago maybe. So I know I will be in the mood for this fragrance once spring hits, but right now I'm just not into it. But definitely not going to declutter. I absolutely love this fragrance, but I'm a very seasonal person and this wasn't going to do it for me. So I didn't wear it at all in September, but I do love this fragrance. So that is by Parfums de Marly Delina La Rosée. I did get some wears in of my Miss Dior 2017 Eau de Parfum. I put a nice dent in here. There was a little bit of a dent already, but I've been babying this one, afraid to wear it because this has been reformulated. This is my favorite version. I think it's absolute perfection. This has a lot of orange in the opening. There's some rosewood in here, and then there's this gorgeous patchouli in here. The patchouli in here is stunning. It is a warm, clean, classy, sophisticated smelling patchouli, and the performance of this is amazing. This is just one of my all-time favorite fragrances. This used to be like top 10 for life, but I took it out because, you know, it's not available anymore. I think if you look really hard, you can probably still find this, but anyway, it's been reformulated. I'm not happy about it, but I am glad I got to wear this one in the month of September. Another fragrance that is just a tried and true fragrance for me. I love this fragrance. This is by Nobile 1942. This is La Danza delle Libellule, or something like that. Anyway, this is gorgeous, and this is a fragrance that I reach for even if it's not on my tray. I feel like I can wear this one all year round. This is apple turnover with some cinnamon, but it also has like a clean shampoo-y vibe at the same time. There's a little bit of coconut in here. This is a perfume that I almost decluttered when I first got it because the performance was horrible, but something inside of me told me to wait, so I sprayed it. Really frustrated with the performance, set it aside, let it oxidize, and then when I came back to it a couple months later, it was a completely different story. It's never going to be a strong fragrance, you know? It's just not ever going to be like a beast mode fragrance, no matter how long it oxidizes for. But it is a lot better. It's a lot better. I can at least smell it on me. But it is one of those fragrances that you can wear in the summer because it's not so heavy and strong, but it is so comforting. There's just something about this fragrance that just makes me feel cozy, comforted. Yeah, this is delicious. I absolutely love this one. So really enjoyed it. It was a perfect transition fragrance in the month of September. Okay, one that I absolutely adore. This is by Idolo, Love and Crime. This is another one I baby. Every time I went to reach for this one, I was like, ugh, because this dent in here. Normally I like to see dents in my fragrances, but this bottle is so small. I feel like I'm going to wear this 2 more times and it's going to be gone. And it's expensive for what you get, you know? It's pretty expensive for a 30 ml. But anyway, it's beautiful. This is one I'll definitely repurchase. I just wish it came in a bigger bottle. But it's absolutely gorgeous. It smells a lot like Lyra, except I get more orange. I get this spicy star anise in the opening. I get a lot of this like yummy orange, and then I get sponge cake feel. It's a true gourmand. It smells super delicious and edible. If you like Lyra, I think there's a strong chance you're going to love this. Oh, I love this one. This one is really good performing as well. Lyra is performance, but this one is really good performance. This will last all day, and I can definitely smell this on me. I have a beautiful scent bubble with this fragrance. So I really enjoyed this one. This is Idolo, Love and Crime. This next one I wore a lot in September. I'm going to need another bottle. This is by Elie Saab. This is Girl of Now Shine. This was such a delicious reach for me. There was something about the combination of pineapple and the way that the Elie Saab Girl of Now DNA smells, but I love the added pineapple in here. And so the pineapple kind of gave me like summer vibes, but then the pistachio, yummy goodness, sweet almond, deliciousness, gourmand that is Girl of Now was in here as well. So that gave me fall and winter vibes. So I love the combination of the pineapple. I've thought about getting the original Girl of Now because I absolutely love it, but honestly, I think I'm just always going to want that pineapple. That pineapple note does it for me, especially when I layer it with a pineapple lotion. It's so good, you guys. Oh, it's delicious. This was definitely one I wanted to reach for a lot in September, and I will definitely repurchase this once I run out of this bottle. So that is by Elie Saab, Girl of Now, Shine. Okay, one fragrance that was really weird. This one played tricks on me. This is by Une Nuit Nomade, and this is Jardins de Misfah. This is a pretty new bottle. I got it a few months ago, and I really didn't wear it much, and I purposely put it on my tray for September because I needed to give it wears. I wore it a few times, but not as often as I should have. And the reason why is because every time I went to wear this one, I thought, I'm not in the mood for that. But then I'd be like, no, I have to give this wears. Like, I have to wear this. I have to try it. I have to test it out. I have to give it a fair shot, you know? And so I would wear it, and then I would love it. I think the deal is I don't love the way this smells off the cap. You know how sometimes when you're trying to decide what you're going to wear, you'll sniff the perfume to see like what you're in the mood for that day? I would do that. I'd sniff it out of the bottle, and I'd be like, meh, you know? But when I actually wear this, I enjoy it every single time. I love the way it transforms on my skin. So every time I did wear this in the month of September, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I just have to remember, I don't really like the way it smells in the bottle, but on my skin, it transforms into this gorgeous fragrance. I get this kind of watery rose feel with some gorgeous dates. And the dates in here, I really picked those up a lot more than I did when I first tried the fragrance, but it never gets super thick or heavy. This is a good transition fragrance as well. I feel like you can wear this all year round, but I love the rose in here. I love the rose and date combo in this fragrance, especially when it dries down on my skin. So I do really, really love this one. I just have to remember not to go off of how it smells in the bottle. Let me know what you think of this fragrance. Have you tried this? What do you think of it? It's kind of one of those fragrances I just have to be in the mood for, but when I'm in the mood for it, it's beautiful. Let me know what you think of this fragrance. That's by Une Nuit Nomade, Jardins de Misfah. Okay, this next fragrance used to be top 10 for life. It used to be a full-on love for me. I was obsessed with it for the longest time, and I still love it, don't get me wrong. But I have noticed that I've kind of fallen out of love with this fragrance. I don't want to say out of love, because like I said, I still love it. But I don't think I love it as much as I used to. This is by Giorgio Armani, and this is My Way. I really kind of had to force myself to wear this in the month of September, and I can't tell if it's just because I'm not in the mood for this. I view this as a springtime fragrance, but the reason why I put it on my tray is because it's strong. I thought it would make a good transition. It has a lot of vanilla in here as well. So there's a lot of tuberose, orange blossom, and vanilla. It's a strong fragrance with really good performance. I thought it would be a good transition into fall perfume. I still love it. I can tell I love it when I smell it. It's a beautiful fragrance. I think what it is I'm just not in the mood for it. It's kind of like Delina La Rosée. I think I prefer to smell like an orange sponge cake right now than tuberose, orange blossom, and vanilla. Still a beautiful fragrance though, one that I highly recommend, especially if you love tuberose and you're looking for a really good performing fragrance. This will not let you down. It goes all day long with a gorgeous scent bubble. So still love this one. It's not one of my top 10 for life anymore. And I used to think this would be my signature scent, but I don't think it is anymore, but still a good one. So that's Giorgio Armani My Way. Okay, this next one I loved so much this month, and I am so glad I put it on my tray for September because this one had been neglected. It'd been abused, it'd been not loved, and it needed love, and I gave it some love this month. This is by Xerjoff, and this is Bouquet Ideale. It's a dark bottle, so I don't know if you can see the dent, but I did wear this one a ton. And I have a super fun story to tell you guys when I wore this fragrance. One time I was with my husband, we were going out to lunch, but I had to stop at the post office first, and it was one of those uncharacteristically cold days. That's why I was so excited to wear this, because it felt like a true fall day. And the tropical storms were coming through. It was really windy. So my husband drops me off at the front. I get out of the truck. I head into the post office, and it's very windy. And all of a sudden I hear this lady screaming across the parking lot, "Ma'am, ma'am." And I'm kind of looking around trying to figure out, is she talking to me? Like, are we gonna have a problem here? Why are you running at? And she's running. She's like running towards me, screaming, "Ma'am, ma'am." And I've never had this experience happen to me before. I have never ever had anyone chase me down before. This is my first time, and I'm super excited about it because I've heard other people say they've been chased down, asked, what they're wearing, and I've never had it happen. I've had people compliment me, strangers compliment me before, but I've never been chased down in a parking lot. And she was running after me, and I was looking at her kind of funny, like, what's going on? Am I about to throw down here, or what's happening? And she runs up to me, and she is like, "Ma'am," and she's like out of breath. She's like, "Ma'am, what are you wearing? It smells so good." And I started laughing, and I told her, so I tell her, but she kind of looks at me like I have lobsters crawling out of my ears because I said, "Xerjoff, Bouquet Ideale," and she doesn't know what that is because most people don't. So we walk into the post office, and I said, "You know what, let me pull it up on my phone. I'll show you a picture of it. You can take a picture on your phone so you can look it up later." And I was just beaming all day. I'm not even a words of affirmation person. I enjoy a good compliment. I mean, who doesn't? But I don't really, my love tank doesn't get filled up by words of affirmation. Words don't really affect me too much one way or another, positive or negative. But in this instance, I was just so happy that I finally had a situation where I got chased down. So anyway, this is beautiful. I enjoyed this so much. This is a gorgeous fall fragrance. It's got some cinnamon and nutmeg in the opening, and then in the mid there's 3 different types of woody notes. So this is a very woody fragrance, but has spices in it at the same time. There's some vanilla in here that kind of rounds it out, smooths it out, sweetens it up, so it's not too woody. It's just a gorgeous, well-balanced, beautiful, compliment getting, people chase you down in parking lots at the post office type of perfume. Performance is really good. I could smell this on me all day. I wore this several times in the month of September, and this is definitely full bottle. Once I'm done with this, I will 100% be getting a 100 ml. So that is by Xerjoff Bouquet Ideale. All right, up next we have by the House of Oud. This is Ruby Red. I enjoyed this one so much. This is another one I wore a ton, and I hate that I can't tell where I'm at. There's still quite a bit left, but I wore this one a lot in the month of September. This was a perfect transition because it has ginger. There's ginger in the opening, the mid, and the dry down of this perfume, so you absolutely have to be a fan of ginger. But oh my gosh, this is the best ginger fragrance I've tried so far. Obviously, I haven't tried all of them, but I had tried a lot. I went on this ginger quest trying to find an amazing ginger fragrance. I tried a bunch of them, and none of them held a candle to this one. This is so, so good. And I was really scared to get it because a lot of people said the performance wasn't good, but that's not my experience with this fragrance. I smell this on me all day. It's a smaller scent bubble. It's not super loud, but I smell it on me all day. I'm super happy with it, and it's gorgeous. And this had the ginger spiciness to it, but it's fresh, It's not too in the fall winter category, but it's not necessarily this is an all year round fragrance. It was a great transition fragrance, and I love this one. So if you're looking for a good ginger fragrance, you definitely need to get your nose on this one. I absolutely love it. The bottle is stunning. I think this is my favorite bottle from the House of Oud. So this is by the House of Oud Ruby Red. Another one from the House of Oud that I absolutely loved, and I think, yes, out of all of the fragrances, no, Is that true? I was going to say this is my favorite, but now I'm looking at, I don't know that this one's my favorite, but this is a high up there for me. This is a high love. Like one of the fragrances I considered putting in my top 10 for life. This is Bonbon Pop. What an absolutely stunning fragrance. This is definitely going to last you throughout your entire day. I went on a road trip with my husband last weekend and this was my scent of the day and it made it through the entire time. Great performance. This is the most gorgeous peach. There's a peach note in here that I absolutely love and I've been struggling with peach. I don't like candied synthetic peach. This is a natural peach with brown sugar. It's super gourmand, but it's a semi-gourmand because there's also woody notes in here that I definitely pick up, and there's patchouli that I definitely pick up, and I freaking love it. You know, this is a gourmand, but it's a semi-gourmand. If you don't like patchouli, if you don't like woody notes, you gotta test this one, but I love it. So this is by the House of Oud Bonbon Pop. All right, you guys, let's pick out 10 new fragrances for the month of October. Okay, I struggled over my perfume tray for the month of October a little too much. I had to pause the video, pick out my fragrances, and I really struggled because I have so many I want to start wearing now that the weather is cooling down. The first one is one that absolutely was going on my tray for the month of October. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I love this perfume for this time of year. This is by Swiss Arabian Casablanca. I adore this fragrance. I have loved this fragrance from the beginning of my perfume journey. It has not changed for me. I don't know what it is about this fragrance that reminds me of Halloween, but this is a Halloween perfume for me. This smells like caramel apples, but in a perfume way. This doesn't smell like literal caramel apples, but there's a lot of caramel in this fragrance. There's green apple. I think there's grapes and green apple. I don't really pick up grapes in here. I get a lot of the green apple though. So it's caramel, green apple, but there's also some suede in here, I believe. There's some other notes in here that are not gourmand, so it still smells like a perfume. It reminds me of Halloween. It's a strong beast mode fragrance. It will definitely take you through your entire day. I just think it's a really good affordable fragrance. Really good bang for your buck. You do have to be into very sweet perfumes though. This is extremely sweet. I just adore this fragrance, especially during spooky season. This is my Halloween perfume right here. So that is by Swiss Arabian Casablanca. Up next, it is time. Ooh, it is time. I have been dying to dip into this fragrance. It is one of my all-time favorites. I lost my mind when I tried this. This is the best tobacco fragrance I have ever smelled, and this is by Argos Triumph of Bacchus. I love this fragrance with every ounce of my being, and I am so excited to wear this. Oh, speaking of green apple, there's green apple in here. I love apple. This has a beautiful tobacco note. There's a lot of notes in here, but I get a fruity, boozy, there's rum in here, tobacco, vanilla, delicious fragrance, and I love the Argos bottles. I think they're absolutely stunning. This is definitely big bottle worthy once I'm done with this. I will be wearing this a lot in October. That is by Argos Triumph of Bacchus. Okay, this next one I've been sneaking wares of anyway, even though it's not on my tray, because I love this perfume. This is the new release by Navitus in collaboration with Karina from Dear Makeup Diary. This is Miel Extase. What a gorgeous gourmand fragrance. Listen, if you love honey, if you love apricot, if you love chocolate and some boozy notes, you need to get your nose on this. This smells so delicious. It literally makes me hungry every time I smell it. I mean, it is just absolutely stunning. You do have to be a fan of honey though. Honey is the star of the show. I did a full dedicated review of this fragrance, and I love it even more now than I did when I reviewed it. It is an extrait de parfum. I get amazing performance out of it. Lasts all day, and it is stunningly gorgeous. So if you love gourmand fragrances, if you love honey, if you love a boozy gourmand, definitely give this one a shot. It is delicious, and I cannot wait to dip into this in the month of October. Okay, speaking of Argos, they had 2 or 3 new releases. They had Love Triumphs Over War, Fall of Phaeton, and then this one. This is Birth of Venus. I have worn this a few more times since I received it, and I have been just loving it. It smells so, so good. This is a fruity floral fragrance, and I was kind of afraid to put it on my tray because a lot of fruity florals remind me of spring, and it kind of takes it out of the, you know, fall, winter type of feel for me. But this also has chocolate in it. It has some deeper, like warmer, ambery notes as well. It's not just fruit, but the fruit I get is peach. I think there's raspberry in here too, but I mostly get peach. The peach in here is a natural, gorgeous, delicious smelling peach. It's not that synthetic candied peach I don't like. It's beautiful in here. I love how warm and ambery this is as well. I am starting to pick up more and more of that chocolate in here that I didn't really pick up on. You know, when you first get a fragrance, sometimes you got to give it some time and get to know the fragrance, but that's what I want to do this month. In October. I want to get to know this even more, but so far I have been loving it. I get good performance out of it. It lasts all day. That is Birth of Venus by Argos. This next one I am obsessed with. I am so excited to start wearing this one. This is delicious. This is speaking of delicious gourmands, this is by Giardini Di Toscana, and this is Bianco Latte. Wow, is this gorgeous. I get cinnamon in here. I don't see cinnamon listed in the notes, but I get like a spice. It's like a spiced, honeyed cookie. Yeah, I get lots of honey. I get lots of this like cookie vibe with some cinnamon. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I absolutely love this. I think people are getting different things. I think I've heard some people say they're getting like a lactonic type of feel to this fragrance, and it does kind of remind them of a lactonic type of latte, but I don't really get anything lactonic from here. I do pick up a lot of like vanilla, regardless if you get cookie vibes or if you get latte vibes. It's delicious and will make you want to eat your own arm off. Amazing performance on this. No issues whatsoever. So this is going to be the perfect, cozy, October, cool weather kind of cookies baking in the oven type of fragrance, and it's going to be absolutely perfect for October. So that is by Giardini Di Toscana, Bianco Latte. This next fragrance I get in the mood for every single fall. When fall hits, it's like boom, all of a sudden I absolutely have to have this fragrance. This is by Montal, and this is Ristretto Intense Cafe, or something like it, you know? I need this scent profile. I need Gentle Fluidity Gold, which is a smoother version, and it doesn't have coffee in it. Or I need Roses Vanille, or I have Rose Gourmand by Zara, which I think is amazing. I need that kind of rosy, jammy, rosy, ambery, sweet scent profile right now. That I get so in the mood for this. This one I love because it has a lot of coffee. So the original Intense Cafe I liked, but I like this one better. This is the Ristretto version because it has even more coffee, and it's equal parts coffee and jammy rose. To me, it kind of tones it down a little bit. Intense Cafe is nice, I like it, but it was a bit too sweet, a bit too rosy. I like the balance in here in this version better. This is a beast mode fragrance. Be prepared for everyone to smell you. If you love coffee fragrances, if you love jammy rose, sweet ambery, jammy rose coffee scents, definitely give this one a shot. This is Ristretto Intense Cafe by Montal. All right, I wanted to offset a little bit of some of these gourmands, and this is a fragrance I haven't had a chance to wear too much. This is a floral that I think will be great in the fall time because it has cacao and it kind of gives me this creamy chocolate vibe at the same time. This is a unique fragrance and it's definitely not for everyone. This is by Amouage and this is Lilac Love. I blind bought this. I did. I blind bought this fragrance. Talk about a risky blind buy. Okay, first of all, you absolutely have to be into purple florals. You have to be into lilac. It smells like lilacs. There's heliotrope in here as well. It's very, very powdery floral, but then it also has the most gorgeous chocolatey note, like this. It turns super creamy. The chocolate part, like the floral part, is really, really powdery, but then there's this underlying super creamy chocolatey goodness that I love. And this was a super successful blind buy for me, but like I said, this is not going to be for everyone. It kind of smells a little vintage from how powdery it is. It smells a tad bit mature. So test it first, but I adore this fragrance. I love it, and I think it's going to be a nice break. You know, it's not a full gourmand. The chocolatey part is gourmand, but then there's a lot of floral in here. I think it'll be a nice little break from some of the others in here that are like straight up gourmands, you know? This is by Amouage Lilac Love. Okay, this next fragrance is a must-have for the fall for me, and I'm super excited to put this on my tray. I have not worn this fragrance in a while, and it is time. This is a fall perfume in a bottle. This is by Zedigan Voltaire. This is Her. This is gorgeous. This is chestnut. This has, I think, some whipped cream in here, so it's creamy. Chestnut, it's nutty, it's got sandalwood in the base that also lends to this like creamy goodness, sandalwood deliciousness. It's so good. This is so fun. This is just a happy perfume. This just gets me in the mood for fall. It makes me happy, it makes me smile, and I think it's a super fun fragrance. And it goes on a really cool journey. I like that nutty chestnut, I like the whipped cream, vanilla, sandalwood. So like I said, I haven't worn this one in a while. I'm super excited to wear it. I think it's a great affordable gem and perfect for the fall. So that is by Zedigan Voltaire. This is Her. A newer one to my collection. This was a blind buy, and it was a successful blind buy, and I still need to get pretty familiar with this fragrance. I don't feel super familiar with it yet. This is by Zerg, and this is Ouverture. I do know that I love it. I do know that. It's hard to explain though. There are a lot of notes in here. There's some cinnamon, so it's got some spices, but there's also some freshness to this fragrance as well. A little bit of a green vibe. There's fig leaf in here, but I also get a fruity vibe as well. I smell the whole fig in here. I swear there's the whole, it's not just fig leaf. There's the whole fig in here. Yeah, this is a really complicated, complex, super delicious though, and amazing performing fragrance. I am excited to play around with this some more and test it out and see what I really think of it. I'm really happy that I blind bought this one. It was successful, but I still need to get familiar with this fragrance. So that is by Zerg Officer. And last but not least is a perfume that I love so much. I am so happy I bought this. For the longest time, I refused to buy it because I had a decant of it and I didn't think it performed very well. This is by the House of BDK, and this is Rouge Smoking. But I've worn this a couple of times since I got it, and it performs better than my decant. It's never going to be a super loud fragrance, but I can smell it on me throughout a good portion of my day with a nice scent bubble. It's good enough that I can smell it on me, and I enjoy it so much. This has a tiny bit of a little bit of a spice. There's pink pepper in the opening. I definitely get that. And then there's cherry. There's lots of tonka bean in here. To me, it kind of translates to like a cherry Coke. There's a cola vibe in here without it actually smelling like a realistic cola, but my brain thinks cherry Coke with the tonka bean. The vanilla, oh, it's so good. There's some heliotrope in here as well, which makes sense because this does get a little bit powdery. So this is by the House of BDK Rouge Smoking. All right, you guys, that's it for today's video. Those are all the fragrances that I am going to be wearing in the month of October. I'm super excited for these. I have some bangers in here in my personal opinion, and I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what fragrances you're the most excited to wear in October. Are you excited for fall? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did like it and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody is having an amazing day, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!